Hey, welcome back to the final part of Resident Evil.
Can a creature like this really be the ultimate biological weapon?
Really? Wesker is a crazy man.
Tyrant is not completely developed.
But we can't let it live. That must be the computer for monitoring this creature. Damn you!
It can't control what it does.
Yeah, well, that's the tyrant. Damn you! This fight's easy but kind of annoying because, like, all he does is walk at you. He doesn't run or anything. But he's quick enough with enough health that you do kind of have to, keep running from him. And the room's just a giant, circle or box or whatever you want to call it. Easy, easy. I didn't need to take that third shot, so I took a hit as a result, but there's one final shot. There might not be any blood, but the tyrant is down. It's as easy as that. Well, we better go check on Barry. He went down like a fool, so hopefully he's fine.
Barry? Barry! You're alive!
I'm really embarrassed. I was clumsy.
Let's get going.
So if you chose not to trust Barry, he wouldn't have actually come in here with you. Wesker would have brought you in instead to show off the tyrant. And Barry would have gone upstairs, unlike what he did if you do trust him. And we would have found him later, dead. So he's alive now because we chose to trust him instead of, anything else.
What happened to Wesker?
The triggering system has now been activated. All researchers
Wesker must have set it off.
take cover.
There's not much time left for us.
Unlock all systems for evacuation.
And now we have a countdown until the mansion explodes. I don't actually remember what happens if, because the tyrant totally takes out Wesker if he goes in there with you. I don't actually remember what happens if he goes in there with you, because I don't generally go for the bad endings, so. But yes, we kept Barry alive with our trust. And when I say not trusting him, I mean at any point in time, even once, if you don't trust him or go with him for anything, he dies. So, both instances of you trusting him, you need to trust him, or you get the bad or worst ending. And I'm going to heal up real quick with one of my mixed herbs, because at this point, use them if you got them. Fill up every single slot in your inventory with healing items and ammo that you might need, and leave one space open. The ink ribbon's going to be a placeholder for that, but just leave one space open. And you don't need to worry, because the game will, you know, make sure you have that space open. There's an item you pick up in a pretty lame way that exists only to make sure you have a slot open because you need it. And with a final save, we'll head out. I don't know if you can tell this or not. I'll be able to tell upon playback, but I'm still kind of recovering from the cold that I had the other day. Well, majority of last week at this point. It's not as bad, though. So. Ah, yes, these guys. You never actually really need to fight those. Since I have both the modus and I'm going for the best ending, let's go save Chris because he decided to not leave his cell. For some reason he can't hear the alarm, and you'll find out why when we get to the cutscene, because a different nice little piece is playing when we get in there.
Oh, Jill!
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
So everything is done?
Well, almost, yes. Now let's go.
I don't know why he couldn't hear the alarm. There's totally bars covering a hole in the door. You know, shouldn't sound be coming through there? Oh well. It's a nice piece that plays regardless. Yeah, and I don't know how he manages to do this.
Let's go.
Because, like, he gets through this next few rooms with, like, no weapon. And granted... Alright, sorry about that. I just had a coughing fit. But granted, we get through this room without any trouble the same way, but I want to know how he gets past this room without a gun. Keeping in mind he was in a prison cell, so no, he didn't have a gun. He just spontaneously will get one. But he got through these 3 zombies with no weapons. Dude's mad at dodging, that's all I'm saying. Like... I have the Magnum, though, so I'm not too worried about him. And don't worry if you saw my ammo count, I do still have enough bullets for the final boss.
Let's go.
You know, he's, there's actually an interesting strategy that I employ. I don't know how common this is. I don't know how many people... Well, it can't be too uncommon. It's so obvious once you figure out what's going on. Like, it's just, the thing is, this boss is really annoying. Because you can really use an auto-aim, but there's no auto-aim in the game. But against him, there kind of is. Like, you'll see it more in action when I'm fighting the boss.
This is Brad. We're running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is
That's really coming down to the wire. We need to get to that helicopter right now. That battery on the ground, you need to plug it into that slot to get the elevator to work. This battery is only here to make sure you have an item slot open for when you get to the heliport. As I've heard people get confused about why this is even here, that's why.
There is 3 minutes until explosion.
Oh no, you must be kidding! After we've come all the way here!
Ladies first. Go first, Jill.
But Chris!
Give me a chance to play nice guy.
Okay, I leave it up to you. See you again at the heliport.
Yeah, Jill, he only wants to play nice guy. I love that line. I don't know why. It's just an awesome line. We have an arbitrary time limit now. Well, I guess it's not too arbitrary. Like, you know, the base is going to self-destruct, so it's going to be counting down at some point, I guess, but it just arbitrarily started now. And the reason you need that inventory slot open is for the flare. Yep, that's it. You couldn't... It's not like there could have been a switch on the wall to, like, signal a spotlight or something. We needed to instead have a flare. It doesn't matter too much. It is what it is. But Brad's coming with the helicopter to come pick us up. So that's nice of him. At least he, like, was flying around instead of just ditching completely. Especially since we couldn't get in contact with him, you know, because of a broken radio. But if you think we're free yet, I said there was a final boss, and we're about to be interrupted by him. Because apparently the tyrant survived our battle. And he knew to come here immediately, too. Like, he had tyrant senses. Now, I'm going to run around for a little bit, but check this out. Your best bet is just let him hit you, because when he hits you, you end the animation by facing directly at him. Like that. I don't know why I was running around beforehand. Just let him hit you, because you face him. It's that simple. Have 5 healing items, or, well, less with Chris, but... You don't even need that much with Chris. I forgot that if he interrupts your animation, you don't actually reload. So, and I'm down to under a minute, running out of time. And he's beating me like an abusive boyfriend.
It's coming! Jill! Kill that monster! You're our Amazon, Jill!
But Brad believes in us. According to him, we're an Amazon, so... I'll take any... Oh, God. Encouragement I can get. Oh, he's coming. Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh. Boom! The rocket launcher's a bit annoying to use because it takes time to get ready, so... And I'll miss. But with one rocket, the tyrant eats it. I hope you could hear what I said over the explosion. There's no point in me pausing to let you hear what's being said, because there's nothing being said from this point on. I'll even talk over the end cutscene because there's no dialogue. I do enjoy this final cutscene. It's so peaceful and nice. You know, after the stressful, horrifying situation we've just been through, it's nice to get a little bit of a reprieve like we do. What a nice tune to end the game on. Now we enter the end credits with Still Dawn playing, which is one of the most awesome end credit themes in video game history. Well, we see the cast's first names because they didn't want to give away everything. I guess they were embarrassed. But the Resident Evil 1 credit sequence is awesome because it just shows scenes from the game and then does this really weird zoom-in effect. Like the time we find Forrest, or the time we fought the Yawn, which is the name of the snake. I didn't fight him. I ran around him. I forgot that I did that. And we got a zoom in of Wesker's butt. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's the end credits, dude. You're supposed to talk about whether you recommend this game or not. Yes and no. Like, it depends on if you can get used to pretty dated tank controls with a lack of auto-aim. I really recommend this game because it's a lot of fun, and it's not too bad and hard to get used to, but if you don't want to get used to it, then I guess I can't recommend it. I find it a lot of fun to play, though. I'll probably for sure be playing through as Chris sometime in the future, not immediately. But yeah, Resident Evil's a really fun game. It's a really fun franchise, like, mostly. I actually haven't played it past 4. So I hear bad things about the later games up until 7, but, well, we beat it. Yeah. And there's Jill in her apartment, I guess, just chilling after the fact. And because we got the best ending, we unlocked the secret key. Any day now. We can now open that locked door in the closet from, like, episode 3, I think it was, 2 or 3. But, like, you need to get the best ending to get that, so... And I'll save one last time and show it just to piss somebody off, so have a good day, except for that guy who's angry. Bye.